Hello everybody. I'm John Morrow. It's good to be talking with you again and sharing some of the lessons that life has taught me. My greatest experiences in this life have to do with individuals that cared enough about me while I was in my formative years and even after I became a productive working adult. There were individuals that came into my life and sometimes moved out of it, but they left very much positive seeds of growth and development and understanding and insight and enlightenment that have blossomed and helped me as I have moved through life. I consider myself, even at this stage of my life, to still be a work in progress. I believe that if all of us are completely honest with each other, we would say yes. We will always be a work in progress. We can always do things better. We can always take better care of ourselves. We can always love more, give more, serve more, and encourage more, doing all the things in life that plant the right kinds of seeds. But I want to talk for a moment about the painful aspects of life for me. As I look back now with the experience of 20/20 hindsight, and all of us have it, you can easily find situations where making reactive decisions without thinking, without observing, without analyzing, without processing the stimuli can lead to very, very bad results. Now, fortunately for me, many of the decisions that I made, which were reactive in nature, almost spontaneously, those fortunately didn't result in my death, or obviously I wouldn't be standing in front of you in a camera today. But I can still go back to those times in my life when I didn't handle things well. Here's an interesting one because it really goes back to my first job experience. And I'll just tell you that there were a number of things that I did not do right when I took on this management position. I was an assistant manager, major retail store chain, taken and hired right out of college because I had a degree. Now, I'm not denigrating degrees. I'm very proud of the degree that I have earned, and I'm very proud of the additional education that I've obtained in the course of my adult life. But there is an important practical thing to remember here. Just because you have a degree and you have a pathway towards management and leadership in your company doesn't make you all that and something special. The real reality is that you must begin to realize that leadership is predicated first upon the ability to be hungry for the information that will make you handle your situation as a leader in the best way possible. I call it proactive thinking. I call it deliberate proactive thinking because you are looking to analyze, learn, understand, get there with the people doing the job that you have charge over, and be willing to know that job as well as them and be able to do it if one of them can't do it. To me, this is not subordinating yourself. This is called service. This is called putting their needs above your needs. However, in the course of doing that, in my early life, I didn't understand that formula. And as a result of that formula not being understood and not realizing that I was alienating the people that I had responsibility for, and my productivity and the productivity of the department as well as its profitability were suffering. Now, who gets involved in a situation like that when you start having underproductive people and your section is underproductive and your profit is below what's expected as far as projections? You put yourself in a situation where management is going to come in and say, what is going on? What are you doing wrong? What are they doing wrong? What are you doing to correct the problem? How are you correcting the problem? What is your mode of response? Are you providing training, remediation, or are you simply giving threats? And trust me, many of you out there have worked in situations where you had a threatening environment. But threatening environments, in my opinion, are the result of individuals in positions of leadership who simply don't know what they're doing and they don't have confidence in their ability to motivate people. Well, you can motivate people if you will just treat people as human beings and treat them with respect, honesty, and integrity, as my good friend Mark Guy would tell you. As a result of those kinds of mistakes, I was brought into the office of my manager one day, and seated there across from me at the desk was the district manager. And after about 30 minutes of going through the laundry list of things that I was not doing right, as well as the laundry list of the personal complaints from associates as to my manner of conduct towards them, the words that I was told shocked me because I had never heard them before. I was a college graduate and assistant manager at a major chain store, and I'm being told you have one of two choices, and you only have one of two choices. You can either let us fire you or you can resign. What's it going to be? What a painful lesson. I didn't get over that very easily. And it took me a long time in life to realize the things I was doing wrong. There would be many more bumps and uh-ohs. But I look back at it with positive thoughts because it changed the course of my life as to where I was living, and it changed the course of my life as to the kind of work I was doing. And today it has changed the course of my life because it's taught me a very important lesson. How do you treat people? How do you respond to problems? How do you respond to events and issues? Some things we can't avoid, the fight or flight situation. That's life. But in your relationships with people, reactive, temperamental, unmeasured, not thought out behavior can be damaging, dangerous, self-destructive, destructive to other lives, and even in some cases, deadly. It's time to make measured, deliberate, calculated choices that show that you are willing to go the extra mile to listen with your ears, to listen with your eyes, to listen with your emotions and your heart, and to care enough that the person that you're dealing with has something worth saying and something worth being heard. My word to you today is respect all people, even if they don't respect you. And if they don't respect you, you can always turn around and just walk away. Notice, I'm John Morrow.